stock market. So what happens is they don't invest. And that's a huge problem for us. And I understand that because up until a few years ago, I did not have the confidence either to invest. Therefore, I put the money in the S&P 500 fund and just let it go at that. So I understand that because that's the mindset where I came from. And fortunately, I've moved now into the camp of being a confident, fearless investor, and that's what I want to impart to other women.
So what do you tell them about risking and volatility in the market? I mean, what are some of the things you suggest to them?
Well, what I do is we've created a 5-step program where it's a simple 5 steps to find winning stocks. And if you follow this methodology, which I take people through, I demonstrate with my own examples from my own portfolio and how I ended up buying or selling a particular stock, what was the decision-making process that I went through. And I relay this on my presentations and webinars. And if people do follow, women and men, and if they do follow this 5-step process, they can learn to be a fearless investor as well. It really does. It really does give one confidence, and you first have confidence before you're going to make investment decisions. So the key, the first step is to gain confidence. Well, how do you gain confidence? You start with a methodology you can trust, like the power gauge rating and the other indicators that we provide on Chaikin Analytics. And once you get confident with those indicators, then you can trade and invest with confidence.
So so let me ask you, how many stocks are in your portfolio that you track daily at any given time, and how much time do you spend on the investments of your clients each day?
Okay, well, I don't have any clients. I just have my own investments. We are not a financial planner or wealth manager. We strictly provide research. But in my portfolio, I typically hold anywhere from 8 to 10 stocks at any given time. And these I create a list in my workstation called My Stocks, and I can track these and look at their charts every day. It takes me about 15 minutes a day, and that's split up between time in the morning and time in the afternoon to go through each stock chart, take a look, what's happening, what's changed, and to basically manage my portfolio. That's not a lot of time.
No, that isn't a lot of time.
Right?
No,
15 minutes.
not.
But,
no.
I mean, like you, I work full-time, and most of your viewers, I'm sure, work most of your viewers are probably working full-time, too. So time is our valuable commodity, and we never have enough time to do what we want. So
what are you doing other than your analytics? What are you doing other than your analytics that take your time?
Well, I work full-time in the analytics. I work full-time with Chaikin Analytics as a co-founder of the company.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Day-to-day operation, yes, exactly, in the marketing and the communication end of Chaikin Analytics. So I am working full-time in the business.
So what's been the most important lesson you've learned investing by yourself?
There's a couple of them, but I would say the most important lesson for me is to find a methodology that you trust, have a plan, and stick to the plan. The hardest thing investors have is trading on emotion, investing on emotion. I mean,
I'll tell you, that sounds like an advice for any business, Stick to your plan,
Stick to your plan. I know. It's easier said than done, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. But it's true. I mean, it's you decide how you're going to do it, what you're going to do, and then you stick to it. And there's so many side things that can get you off track. And I guess that's where your plan comes in, because you're able to teach people how to track and what to pay attention to and so forth. So that's key. That's a very key thing. So we talked about Volkswagen. So it's easy to make money in a bull market. But what strategy do you suggest or teach when the market is down. And certainly we know that the market has been down, because I know I was speaking to my next door neighbor, and he's a well-to-do guy. And he said, boy, I'm worried. And I said, what do you mean? Because I said, what have you been doing? And he said, oh, I'm on the computer all day. And I said, why? And he said, I've lost half my worth. And I thought, oh, boy. And that reminded me.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. It reminded me of the real estate crisis of 2008. So what do you do when the market's down?
Well, interestingly enough, because the market's down big time today, but the process is the same. The same process that works in a bull market when everything's going up is the same 5-step methodology that we follow in a bear market or a down market. We feel we're currently in a down market. It's down about 12%. If it falls below and gets to like a 20% below its high rate for the year, then it's typically called a bear market. And right now we're kind of in limbo between a down market and a bear market. Mm-hmm. But in any event, call it what you may, we're down over 12% right now from the high for the year. So that's not most, if on a strict portfolio basis, most people have lost 12% of their portfolio from its high. Our methodology would point to the same indicators and the same process as they do when you're looking for a stock to buy. When you're looking at your stocks and evaluating whether you should sell them or not, the same methodology is there. If it has a neutral or a bearish Chaikin power gauge rating, certainly if it has a bearish power gauge rating, those are stocks you should sell long ago. You shouldn't be in any stocks that have a bearish power gauge rating. And if you hadn't sold in the last month, you'd see those stocks typically down far more than 12% right now. So the discipline is the same. If the stock turns to a bearish rating, which means this stock, our rating says this stock is likely to underperform the market in the next 3 to 6 months, then you really want to get that stock out of your portfolio. So, for instance, my stocks are down now, but I don't have any bearish stocks. So I know that the health of the stocks that I'm in are typically sound. It's just the market is going through this whole down phase right now, and people are scared. They're taking their money out, and that drives the prices lower. But there's nothing wrong with the companies that I'm in. And that's different from a stock with a bearish rating, because then there's a problem with the company. There's something wrong with that company if it has a bearish rating. And then those are companies like Twitter.
I'm going to stop you here, Sandy, because I want to make sure people know how to get a hold of you. We only have 2 minutes left. So give us your website.
The website is Chaikin Analytics. That's CHAIKIN Analytics.com.
Okay, so that's where they can go to find out about you and the company, correct?
Yes. What they can do, there's a navigation bar at the top that says Sandy's Story. And if you click on that, then you'll get my upcoming webinars. You can listen to one of my past webinars. You'll see the articles I've written, most of which are positioned towards women. Why women have to be fearless investors. I do have a byline page on Nasdaq.com. So I submit articles and then I republish them on my site as well, on Sandy's Story site. So
basically, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to belong to anything to get a hold of these webinars. They can actually go on your site, get these webinars, and start to get an education themselves.
Exactly. You can look at one of the previous webinars, or you can sign up for one of the upcoming ones.
Fantastic.
And I do give a webinar approximately every other week. So there's always another one coming up.
So everybody out there, who is looking to do healthy, I'm going to use that word, healthy investing, go to Chaikin, that's CHAIKIN Analytics, ANALYTICS.com find out what you need to do to really have a profitable investing history rather than one that's not. Well, I want to really thank you, Sandy, because it was very informative, and a whole new world has opened up to me that I didn't know about. So that's fantastic, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed today's show. And gosh, just thanks for being with us, Sandy. We really appreciate it.
Well, Gail, thank you so much. And to all you women out there, we must be fearless investors because we control 51% of the wealth in this country. So, we have a lot of control. So
there you go.
Know what to do with that, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye-bye.